In today's challenge, I'm trying to shoot my photos using some fairly cheap lighting. This light here, I got it for about $40. This one here, I got for about $30. I just wanted to show you guys that you don't have to spend a lot of money on lighting. For this one, the way I'm lighting it is having the main light here and a red rim light to the right. I'm also using a remote timer. Usually I set it to take a picture for every 5 seconds. So right now I'm just doing some test shots. So I'm moving the light now because my face is kind of too dark. Hopefully to get rid of some of the shadows by moving it just a little bit in front of me. Now it's too bright, so I got to move it back a little bit. The hard part about shooting your own image is the camera's stuck on the tripod. Usually I like to have it in my hand, moving around, framing the subject that way. Now since I have everything set up the way I like, the lighting and the camera, I'm gonna start shooting, and now I'm setting the timer to shoot every 5 seconds. So I ended up taking about 50 photos, and I just went through all of them, see which one I like the best. The funny thing is I like the first one the best. And in the final Photoshop composite, the AK didn't make it. I left that out. It didn't make sense because I got only like the back part of the AK. The only thing I would do differently is shoot vertical, so basically portrait. So now let's go ahead and jump into Photoshop, and I'm gonna show you how to edit and do the compositing. So I have the main image open. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a copy. I'm doing Control J, and I'm gonna go to Filter, select Camera Raw Filter. And let's go down here to first let's increase the exposure just a little bit, just brighten it. Highlight, bring it down just a little bit. Go down here to the effects. Increase the texture. And the clarity about, say about right there. Click OK. So there's two ways I like to select the image. You go to Select, Subject, and it's just select the subject. Just go down here to select the mask, and I'm gonna disable this one now so we can see it. I'm gonna zoom in and make sure everything's good. Alright, so to remove the AK, I'm just use the thinking about using the brush, but I'm gonna use let's go ahead and use the lasso tool. So I'm gonna select the lasso tool, feather, I'm just keep it at 1. And I'm just go ahead and select it like this. And let's go ahead and double click. Make sure the mask is selected. Make sure this is black. And I'm going to do Alt backspace to fill that in. Control D to deselect. And let's go ahead and remove this. Alt backspace, Control D to deselect. And I think that looks good. And I'm just go ahead and save this as a PSD. Alright, let's go to File, Create New. I'm going to do 1500 by 2200. Let's go to Window. Let's go to the image that we was working on. I'm going to just right click this. And let's go ahead and duplicate layer. Bring that into the new document. Click OK. Save this. Go ahead and close this. And I'm just right click, apply layer mask. Zoom out. I'm going to do Control T, hold Shift and Alt, bring the size of it down. Say about right there for now. So for this design, I want the left to be red and the right side to be darker. So I'm going to move my image up, kind of like that. So that way the head is covering that. So this could be black and this could be red. And the center of my face right there. I'm just going to select this, and I'm going to bring up the ruler. If you don't see it, just do Control R. And let's go to View, and let's do Snap to, make sure all this is checked. So when you bring the ruler to the middle like that, it will snap in the middle. So kind of like a guideline. So now we move the main image, trying to center it right there. And I'm going to go ahead and name this main for the main image. Control G to group it. And just rename that. And this one, let's go ahead and fill it in with red. Just click OK. I'm going to do Alt Backspace. And let's create a new layer. M for the rectangular marquee tool, or you can select that. And select it like that. Fill that in with black. So I'm going to do D. It will set this to default. Make sure that's black. Alt Backspace. Control D to select. And I'm doing Control H to hide the guideline. I'm gonna zoom in, and we need to fix all that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Control, select the main image, go ahead and select the mask again. I'm gonna zoom in, select B for brush, make sure that's black. Bring the size of the brush down, hardness all the way up like that. And let's go ahead and paint this out. So on the original design, I removed this part, so you can see that. Let's go ahead and go around, make sure everything is good. Smooth it out like that. Alright, so for this one, I'm just going to use the pen tool. Select P for the pen tool, make a point there, and let's lose some of the double chin right there. Let's go ahead and make it like that. Right click, make selection, fill that 0, click OK, and let's go ahead and fill that in with black. Alt Backspace, Control D to deselect. And almost forgot this part. And we get rid of that. Now to I was gonna do the clone stamp, but you know what? Just go ahead and continue using the brush like that. So this one, the clone stamp might be better. So select the main image, not the mask. Select that. Select the clone stamp, and let's go ahead and sample by holding Alt. Sample that, and paint that in like that. Hold Alt, sample that, paint that in. Same thing there. Hold Alt, sample that. Same thing here. Alright, I think that looks good. Oops. Go ahead and save this. Alright, let's go to our stock images and let's open up the city. And I'm just do Control A, Control C to copy. Let's go ahead and close this. And let's go down here above the red, do Control V to paste. And go ahead and convert this to a smart object. Do Control T, hold Shift and Alt, bring the size of it up. Kind of like that. And let's do Control Alt U, bring up the hue and saturation, bring the saturation all the way down. Let's go to Filter, Camera Raw Filter, and let's go ahead and add some texture and some clarity like that. And let's bring up the exposure, shadow, maybe darken it a little bit. Click OK, and let's change that to multiply. And you can see that all you have to do is go here, select the mask, B for brush, make sure that's black, bring the size of the brush up, and let's see, hardness all the way down. Let's go ahead and brush that like that. Let's go to our stock images, open up the dust, Control A, Control C to copy, go ahead and close this. And let's do Control V to paste. And for this one, let's go ahead and bring this above the main image. I'm gonna bring that there for now. Set that to screen. And let's go above the city. Control V to paste again. Control I to invert it. Change that to multiply. And let's go to filter. Let's go to the camera raw filter again. And let's go ahead and add some texture, some clarity, all the way up like that. Click OK. And I'm gonna bring it kind of like right there. Save this. Now let's go here to the dust up here. Bring this up, maybe kind of like that. I'm gonna select M for the rectangular marquee tool. If you don't see it, just go there. And let's go ahead and select the mask. I'm gonna unlock that and let's move it just like that. Save that. Now let's go to the main image, group this, and let's create a new layer. Let's fill that in with black. So I'm gonna do Alt backspace, make sure that's black. Control Alt G, it will create a clipping mask. Change that to soft light. And let's do let's select the mask. B for brush, make sure that's black. Again, hardness all the way down. So kind of like that. So let's create a hue and saturation above the group. If you put this underneath that one, it'll create a clipping mask for you. Now let's go to the blue. Let's bring that all the way down. Kind of like that. And let's go ahead and create a new layer. Fill that in with black again. Alt backspace. Select the mask. B for brush. Make sure that's black. And just the opacity. Kind of like that. Let's go to our stock images. Let's open up the Spark. Same thing, Control A, Control C to copy, close this, bring this above the main image, Control V to paste, and Control T, hold Shift and Alt, bring the size of that up, convert this to a smart object, and let's go ahead and set that to screen. Let's double click this to get rid of the blue. So I'm gonna go here, hue and saturation, select the blue, saturation all the way down, select the cyan, bring that all the way down, So before, after. Save that, close this. So right here, or actually, you know what? We just do the levels. So I'm gonna do, say to group this, name that sparks. Since it's a smart object, we should do Control L to bring up the levels and darken the midtone like that. Click OK. Save that. Now let's go down here to the main image. And this one maybe so bring it kind of like that. So the hue and saturation maybe the blue is bring it all the way down. Yeah, just do that. Save that. I'm trying to see right here. Let me see. No, I'm gonna keep it like that. Now for the main image, go down here. I'm just make a copy. I'm gonna add more sharpness, contrast to that. So I'm gonna select that. Let's go to filter. Select the camera raw filter. And let's go down to, or it's right here, add more texture, more clarity, click OK. And I like that, but not that part. So what I'm gonna do is select B for brush, make sure that's black, and remove it there. And bring the opacity down, bring it up slowly. So I'll say about 64. Save that. Now let's go ahead and select both of these layers, make a copy, Control E to merge it. And this is going to be the master copy, just in case we mess up, we have something to come back to. Now let's make a copy of this again. Let's go to filter. Let's go to the camera raw filter again. And this time let's go down to detail, noise reduction, bring that all the way up. Just click OK. And just smooth out the skin. Let's go to filter. If you select the same thing right there, you'll apply it. Select the mask, Control I to invert it. B for brush. I'm gonna hit X, toggle between the two. Make sure that's white. Bring the size of the brush down. And let's go ahead and smooth that kind of like that. So it might be too much. I'm gonna bring the opacity like that. All right, now because right now the red is still kind of blue. So let's go here, add new layer, fill that in with red. And do Alt backspace, change that to multiply. Double click this. And let's go ahead and all right, Photoshop is bugging out. So hold Alt, bring this to the right, kind of like that. Click OK, select the mask, invert the mask by doing Control I. B for brush, make sure that's white. Size up, hardness all the way down. It's kind of like that, maybe not to the face. So I'm gonna do B for brush, make sure that's black. Remove that. So it's just affecting the sweater like that. All right, that looks good. Now let's create a new layer. Since we created above everything here, we got to do Control Alt G for the clipping mask. Let's go here. Now let's select like kind of like an orange like this. So FF9000. Click OK. Alt backspace. And let's double click this. So we want it to only affect the highlights. So let's bring the shadow like that, hold Alt. So kind of like that, click OK. Select the mask, Let's invert it. B for brush, make sure this is white, and let's paint that in. Just give it that kind of orange tint so it's not like all the way red. But now the skin is kind of hard, so we gotta smooth that. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the main image. I'm gonna do the same thing. Copy that, make a copy, Control E to merge it, and disable that. So I got a bunch of master copies just in case I mess up. So I'm gonna go here and let's make another copy of this. Let's go to filter, camera raw. Is it camera? No, it's the neural filter. And we're gonna go here to the no face detected. Man, I guess this is because I'm sideways. You know what? Let's go ahead and select this. Let's bring the opacity down to 30. So kind of like that, right? So let's select this. Select the smudge tool. All right, where's the smudge tool at? Oh, it's right here. So I'm gonna keep this. Let's do 60. And let's go ahead and bring the size of the brush up. All right, that might be too much. Maybe 40. All right, 40 looks good, but let's bring this one. Maybe about 70. And let's go ahead and zoom in, just smudge it just a little bit. Alright, so it's kind of getting there. And I'm just going to merge the two, zoom in, just clean up kind of that area. So let's go here, patch tool. So just some spots. All right, now let's go ahead and create a new group. Name that adjustment. Create new layer, and I'm gonna fill that in with a gray. So I'm gonna do 127, 127. Fill that in, all backspace. Let's go to filter, noise, add noise. Let's do about 7. Change that to soft light. You can't see it right here, but if you zoom in, before, after, just a little bit of texture right there. All right, let's go down to the main image. And let's darken some of this area. Let's see. Trying to see how I'm gonna get rid of those. Alright, I think I like that. So I just changed that to soft light. And let's double click this. And let's go ahead and bring back the alright, Photoshop bugging out again. So let's go ahead and do Alt, split the white. Select the mask, B for brush, make sure that's black. So just darken that area. And again, I'm trying to get rid of that. So make a copy, let's go to filter, camera raw filter. Well, that smoothed it out, but I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from. All right, so it is on the image. So I don't want to take all the time going like this. Well, I guess it's not too bad. So let's get rid of as much as we can. Alright, so that's looking good. So I like the contrast, grungy look. So that's the look that I'm trying to go for. Save that. Now let's go ahead and create a new layer. Zoom in, B for brush. Make sure this is, let's do red. Bring the size of the brush down. And then this one, hardness. I'm just keep it hardness all the way down. And we're just kind of painting the white in the eyes like that. So maybe about 34. And let's go ahead and go to the blur and strength at 100. Just blur a little bit. I think that's good. Save that. All right, let's go to our stock images. Let's open up the texture. Same thing, Control A, Control C to copy, close this, zoom out. So this can be above the background, but underneath the main image. So I'm gonna do Control V to paste it. And let's do Control I to invert it. And let's go ahead and change that to multiply. So just a little bit more texture right there. Maybe do Control T, bring the size of it down, rotate it. Let's zoom in and look. So right there. Some right there also. So I just made a copy by doing Control J. And I'm just make a copy there, hold Shift, group all that. Name that background. Let's go ahead and delete this. Let's go to our stock images. And I just use this movie credit thingy. So I'm doing Control A, Control C to copy. And let's go ahead and put it above the sparks. Control V. Or actually, you know what? If you do Control 0, it will center this. Control V, it will paste it right in the middle. Control I to invert it, Control T, hold Shift and Alt, bring the size of this up, change that to screen, Control L, let's darken the shadow like that, increase the highlights like that, Control T again, maybe bring it up kind of like that. So every time we add this, it looks like a real movie poster. Alright, so now let's add the text. Alright, so the text I use is called Mechfire. You can download it on the font.com. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. So let's go ahead and hit T for the text. Or just go here, select that. And let's do the main text. So let's bring that up, kind of like that. gonna center that with the credit. Make a copy. Hit T, select that. Change that to that. Control T. Hold Shift and Alt. Bring the size of it down. I don't know if I did it to the original, but maybe I should align the left side with the H. And the E with the O. Because I don't think I did it for the first one, but I'm just seeing it now. So align that with that. All right, now let's group this. Name that title. Group it again because I need 2 groups of that. Title. Double click this. And let's go ahead and hold Alt, split to black. Hold. All right, so Photoshop's tripping. So I'm gonna do Alt again. And I'm gonna split the black. So I like that for that part. So I'll make a copy, disable that, double click again, and split it some more. So just bring back some of the building in the S and the H right there. Click OK. And let's go ahead and select the mask. Select B for brush, and let's bring the size of the brush up, and let's paint that away like that. Bring this back, select the mask, invert the mask, B for brush, hit X, make sure that's white. So we bring this side back, hit X, make sure, move that. So basically, I like that. And I like that, so that's the reason why we created 2. I'm gonna save that. So this is how I create the movie poster. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments, and I'm gonna see you guys next time.